Hey everyone, Beth here at Yogalates London. I'm beaming out at you from my little studio here in Hammersmith, so my little Yogalates London studio, and I'm delighted to be able to share with you a short Yogalates practice today. So if you're new to this practice, if you've never tried it before, this is a great way to get a little taster of what my 90-minute classes entail. Those who are joining live, do pop a little comment in the comments box and let me know that you're tuning in. I'd love to hear how you get on through the practice today. So if you don't know me, my name's Beth and I've been teaching Yogalates, gosh, for about 6 years now. And I teach in the West London area. Usually I teach group classes in Hammersmith, Fulham and in the Twickenham area. But at the moment, of course, everything is on lockdown. So I'm beaming out from my studio here several times a week running classes as part of this online term package, which I'm going to talk to you guys about a bit later. Yeah, so if you're joining us live and you're taking part, what you will need is a body, excellent, and some clothes that you can move in, so they don't have to be yoga clothes. Hey Mayuri, lovely that you can join us. Yeah, so you don't need yoga clothes, anything that you can move in, and a yoga mat, and then that's about it. You don't need any sort of fancy props today. We're going to keep it really, really simple. All right, so great. So come and lie onto your mat. I'm going to start. I'm just going to pop the camera here. I hope that you guys can hear me. If you can't, do let me know. I'm used to kind of running these classes on Zoom where I can do kind of landscape, but unfortunately on Facebook it's only portrait for some reason. So we'll squeeze it into the camera anyway. I hope you guys can see. And if there's any problems, just type a comment in the box. All right, so we're going to start by lying onto our back. So lying down, I'm going to start with bent knees. So we're going to start in a pose that's known as constructive rest position. So we want the heels just slightly wider than the hips, knees just resting in, or you can have the feet, knees, hips in line if that's easier. And just resting the head down and just allowing the arms to soften into the floor alongside you. Palms turned up so we can really allow the shoulders to just sink into the floor. And taking a few breaths just to settle in. Feeling the belly rise and fall with the breath. And checking in with how you're feeling today. So how has your Monday been so far? How are you feeling in your body physically? Where is your mind? And how are you feeling emotionally? Anything coming up for you today? There's no right or wrong answers, just noticing what's coming up for you. Feeling the back of the body sinking into the floor and the weight of the feet just pressing into the ground gently. This contact with the ground, the earth beneath us. Wherever you are, just feeling that tethering feeling down towards the earth. Back of the body in contact with the ground. And the sensation of gravity drawing you downwards. Just a few more centering breaths here. Letting go of any tension you might be feeling in the body. Seeing if you can soften into that tension. And we're going to take the arms up to the ceiling above the shoulders, and on the inhale we're going to take the arms back alongside the ears. Exhale, taking the arms down towards the feet, and then inhale all the way back up to the ceiling. So exhale, taking the arms overhead, stretching out. Exhale down, inhale up. So flow with however it feels natural to breathe. So we want to coordinate breath with movement with this practice. So whatever would feel natural for you, if I say something that doesn't feel natural, always listening to your body. And that goes with anything else. If anything feels painful, so we'll go the other way, we'll reverse the rotation now. So if anything feels painful or aggravating for your body, always listening to your body over me. And I really like this exercise, especially if you've been at a desk or in the car, Just this sense of opening across the chest, the shoulders starting to mobilise a little bit. Good. I'm going to bring the arms up above the shoulders and just going to lift and lower the shoulders up away from the floor and then down. So lifting the fingertips up to the ceiling, keeping the arms straight, and then just keeping the arms straight, just dropping the shoulders back down. So lifting up on the inhale, exhale, releasing down. Inhale to lift, exhale to soften back into the floor. And we'll just do it a couple more times. Noticing if there's any differences left to right. So are you noticing any tension, more tension on one side than the other side? That's quite common. Good. Alright, and we're just going to bring the arms down. And actually we'll take the arms overhead and just have a full stretch. So let's reach the arms away, the fingertips away, reach the toes in opposite directions. Really feel like you've got this opposite sense of pull all the way through the body. Breathing into the space in between the ribs. Breathing more length into the sides of the arms, the armpits, sides of the waist. Stretching out into the feet. Great. And then just hugging one knee into the chest and then the other knee. We're just going to rock the pelvis side to side, just massaging the lower back there. Great, and just having one hand on one knee, one hand on the other knee. Inhale, bringing the knees into the chest. Exhale, taking them away. So just circling into the hips. And then we'll go the other way. And then just going to hold the knees open for a gentle inner thigh stretch. And we're just going to rotate the feet around the ankles. Just circling around the ankle joints. You might get a little bit of clicking here. And we'll go the other way. Okay, lovely. Pop the feet on the floor, so feet, knees, hips in line, and we're just going to find our neutral spine. And to do that, let's just rock the pelvis, so tucking the pelvis under, draw the pubic bone towards you, and then tilting the pelvis away, finding that space in the lower back, and just forward and back. Feeling a little bit of movement going on in the lower spine, lumbar, but all the way through the spine as well. You know, we move one part of the spine and that movement is felt all the way through the spine, all the way up to the base of the skull. Okay, so finding your neutral position with the spine now. So you want to be able to slide maybe a hand underneath just to feel there's a little bit of space and not too arched, not too flat in the lower back. And then we're just going to bring one knee up to above the hips, above that right hip, and then the same with the other side. So left knee above the left hip, point through the toes, so you want the legs in a 90-degree angle. And if at this point it feels too much for the lower back, tuck the tailbone under and really imprint the lower back into the floor, so that can feel a little bit more stabilising. Core engaged, and we're just going to tap the right toes to the floor. Inhale coming up, left toes. So starting to warm into the abdominals here. Just starting to feel a little bit of stability building into the core. Feeling that abdominal wall start to engage. And then if you want to sort of add it on a little bit, or sort of take it up a notch, place the hands behind the head, elbows nice and wide, and lift the head and shoulder blades up off the floor. And I can certainly feel this more in my abdominals now. It's a little bit harder work. So finding a level that feels appropriate for you. And if you want to, you can do both legs at the same time. Knees together, feet together, and you know, if you're feeling particularly badass today, you can do both at the same time, but always making sure it's not any pain in the lower back. We always want to be really careful with the lumbar with this exercise. Okay, good. So if you're doing both legs one at a time, just making this is the last round, so one more with the left toes tapping, and then bring the knees and chest, press the head down, rocking side to side, just massaging the lower back. Great. Okay, so bring the arms slightly away from the side of the body, palms down, shoulders down. Keep the knees and the feet glued together. So really draw those knees in towards the chest. And on the inhale, we're going to take the knees over to the left, to the right. We're going to lift that left hip off the floor and keep that left shoulder really grounded into the floor, so try not to lift that up. And exhale, we're going to draw back to center, but feel the lower ribs pulling you back to the floor. Other side, so inhale coming over to the left, feel the right bum lifting up the floor, but keep that right shoulder down. Exhale, drawing everything back to center, and then we'll keep going. So if you want to advance this, you can take the top leg straight when you come over, point through the toes, or both legs, up to you, and then come back to centre into that bent knee position. And we'll go to the other side. So, like I said, 3 variations with this. You can either just keep the knees bent, or you can extend the top leg, or you can extend both legs at the same time. So we're adding on kind of levers onto the exercise to make it a little bit tougher. But never losing the stability. So a really important part of this practice is kind of keeping the stability in the body. So you don't want to feel like you're shaking or that the breath is compromised. So always working at the level that feels like there's effort but not too much tension. Alright, great. So we'll do one more set. So one more over to the right, feeling the rib cage pulling back to the floor as you come back to centre. One more to the left. Good. Starting to feel perhaps the abdominals really starting to kick into gear now. So just hugging the knees, rocking the knees. Lovely. All right, so feet on the floor. Let's work into the bridge pose. So heels are a little bit closer to the bum than you would have them maybe originally. So find what works for you. When we're up in the bridge, you can always adjust the position of the feet. So make sure the front 2 hip bones, those bony bits at the front of the pelvis, are in line with the knees, and same with the heels. Arms are going to rest alongside the body, making sure there's nothing underneath the head. Take a breath in, and on the exhale, we're going to tuck the pelvis and we're going to peel the spine one by one up off the floor. So 1 vertebra at a time, coming into your ski slope position, so that nice length through the front of the body. Breathing there. And then we'll take a breath in. Exhale, rolling down 1 vertebra at a time, coming back down to the floor, back into neutral. Take another breath in. Exhale, we're going to tuck the pelvis under, peeling up, feeling the feet pressurising into the floor, making sure that the knees don't go too wide. We want to feel like we're squeezing a cushion between the thighs. The thighs are engaged there. Take another breath in. Exhale, we're going to roll down, 1 at a time. So nice and slowly articulating through the spine, back into neutral. Take a breath, and on the exhale, let's roll up for the last time. Coming up to that bridge position, feel the glutes really engaged. So really feel the bum lifting, engaging both feet into the floor. We're going to take the left foot up to the sky, so we're going to push that right foot into the floor. Point the toes up to the ceiling, and on the inhale, we're going to lower the thighs in line with one another. Exhale to lift, inhale to lower. So if this feels too much, you can just come back to doing the rolls of the spine up and down. So you don't have to add on the leg work if you're finding it's too tough. Good, we'll just do one more. And then coming up, and then we're going to lift the bum for a count of 6. So we're going to lift for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Place that foot down with control, and we'll take the other leg up, point through the toes. Really find that lift like I've got a thread attached to the toes. I'm drawing you up to the ceiling, and I'm going to take the leg down on the inhale. Exhale to lift. Inhale down. Exhale, lift. So really firm in the bum. Really find that stability through the rest of the body. So keep lifting the back body here. Keep that feeling of the chest lifting up towards the sky. I'll make this one the last one. Coming up, and then we're going to pulse for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Coming down, and then we'll pop the other foot down. Take a breath in. Exhale, rolling down through the spine. Great. Okay, so bringing the knees one by one into the chest, just rocking side to side. And we're going to place the hands at the back of the legs. On the inhale, we're going to kick the legs up and back. Exhale, tuck the chin, rolling like a ball, coming up to sitting. All right, so let's come over into all fours. So you want the hands underneath the wrists, knees underneath the hips. And then we're gonna do a bit of the cat-cow. So just mobilising to the spine again. Take a breath in. Exhale, we're going to tuck the pelvis under. We're going to round the spine, draw the tummy right up towards the back of the body. As we open between the shoulder blades, bring the chin towards the chest, and then inhale, we'll take it the other way. Arching, drawing the chest forward as you tilt the pelvis away, feeling the core staying engaged a little bit there. Exhale to tuck under, rounding out, pushing the hands into the floor, getting space between the shoulder blades, and then inhale, coming through, bringing the chest forward. Exhale, tucking under, rounding up, and then inhale, arching through, opening across the collarbones, and then coming back to neutral. So finding that neutral position with the spine, Like I said, we don't want too much of a collapse in the lower back, and we don't want too flat. We want to find that sort of nice neutral position with the spine, those 4 natural curves. All right, so opening across the chest, feel the core starting to switch on. Take a breath in, and exhale, we're going to take the right leg back at hip height. Point back through the toes, and then inhale, we're going to tap the toes to the floor. Exhale, we're going to lift. Inhale to tap, exhale to lift, like you're drawing a line up and down on the back wall. If you want to, you can bring the other arm forward, the opposite arm coming forward, palm turning in, thumb turning up. Relax the shoulders. Good, we'll just do one more. Take a breath in, and exhale, we're going to curl the spine now. We're going to bring the knee to the forehead, we're going to round the spine. Maybe if you've got the arm lifted, the elbow can come up. Inhale to extend. You can absolutely do this with the hand down. You don't need to be lifting the arm if it feels too much. Inhale to extend. Exhale to curl. We'll just do 2 more. Curling through. Making this one the last one. Rounding the spine, drawing the tummy right up. And then placing the hand and knee down. We'll do that on the other side. So extending the left leg back. Feeling the abdominals engaged, the hips staying level, so we don't want to hike this hip too much. Point back through the toes and take a breath in. Inhale to tap, exhale to lift. Inhale to tap, exhale to lift. So feeling the work in the bum as you lift. You don't want to be taking this leg too high up. So if you feel you might be lifting it higher than the back of the body, you can always sort of look over and check. You want to make sure that we're sort of lengthening back, finding that real sense of drawing back through the toes. And I'm going to hold the next one up there. Maybe extend the arm if you haven't done so already. Take a breath in, exhale to curl, knee to forehead, elbow comes in and up. Inhale to extend, exhale to curl. Inhale, extend, exhale to curl. Inhale, extend, exhale to curl. Good. As you can hear, this is tough. One more, extending out, placing the hand and knee down, taking a breath in, and exhale, we're just going to sit the bum back onto the heels and stretch the arms forward for child pose, resting the head down, taking a pause. Great, and then we'll come back up. So, hands underneath the shoulders, taking the right foot back, and feel that calf stretch in the right leg, sort of just pushing the heel back as much as you can, and feeling the stability in and around the core, the hips staying level. What we're going to do is in a second we're going to take the left leg back, but I want you to avoid lifting the hips, so lifting the pelvis at all. Try and keep the torso and the pelvis exactly where they are. So take a breath in, exhale, taking the other leg back to meet in plank, full plank. So if this feels too much, you can always drop the knees and be in half plank. You'll still feel the benefits around the abdomen. Pushing up between the shoulder blades, planting the palms strongly into the floor, kicking those heels back, feeling the thighs lifting. Good, and then we're going to lower the left knee down with control, so keep that pelvis stable, and then the other leg. Great. And then we'll do the other side. So we'll take the left leg back this time, push back through that left heel, feel that nice calf stretch. And then we'll take the other leg back, push back through both heels without lifting the pelvis. Keep the pelvis nice and low. If this feels too much, drop the knees. It's absolutely fine. Okay, good. This time what we're going to do is we're going to come up into downward dog. So take a breath in, exhale and lift up through the hips, flare the sit bones, plant the feet on the floor. You can always walk the feet in a slight bit, but you want a fair bit of length between the hands and the feet. And we just pedal out the feet, one heel down as the other heel lifts. Okay, great. Lifting up onto the balls of both feet now. Push those heels down, thighs towards the back of the room. Find that tilt in the pelvis, that length through the spine. And I'll take a breath in and exhale, come into plank pose. I'm going to drop the knees and lower onto our front. So I'm going to come into a little bit of a back bend here. Bringing the arms back, reaching back through the fingertips, reach back through the toes. Take a breath in And exhale, we're going to lift the head and chest and arms up away from the floor. Keep the toes grounded. If you want to lift the toes, you can. You can lift the legs up off the floor into locust pose. I really like to take the thumbs out to the side and up towards the ceiling with locust pose because it helps to open across the chest, which I find can be a little bit of a tight area. And you'll feel the shoulder blades really drawing in and down towards the mid-back. Take another couple of breaths here. Maybe lifting a little bit higher, if that feels okay for your body. And then exhaling, release, take the head to one side. Shimmy shake the pelvis side to side. And take the head to the other side. Good. Place the hands alongside the ribs, take a breath in and exhale, tap the toes, push the hands and knees and lift all the way up back into your downward dog. So that lovely stretch all the way through the back of the body, heels pushing down, thighs pushing back. Relax the shoulders, planting the thumbs and forefingers strongly into the floor. Take another breath in and exhale. We'll walk the feet one by one to the front of the mat with a fold over into a standing forward bend. And then take another breath in, soften the knees if you need to here, relax the arms down, and exhale, we're going to roll up through the spine. One vertebra at a time. Inhale, head comes up last. Lovely. So I'm just going to check the comments. Yeah, good. Loads of people are watching, fab. Let's take a nice wide stance with the legs. So facing towards me so you can see what I'm doing. You're going to turn, it doesn't matter which leg actually, one of the leg you're going to turn out and the other toes turn in slightly. So you want your front foot to be parallel with the side of the mat basically. And then you want the heel in line with the arch of the back foot and squaring the hips to the front. Inhale, the arms come into the chest, and exhale, we're going to drop into this front knee. So we want the chest to be facing like the long end of the mat. So the arms stretch out, but you're going to gaze past the middle finger of that front hand. So in the same direction as that bent knee. Back foot pushing strongly into the floor. Good. Breathing, softening the shoulders here, feeling the work in the legs. And then on the next inhale, we're going to reach forward, place the elbow onto the thigh. We're going to sweep the other arm in front, folding open, really drawing those bottom lower ribs up towards the ceiling. So there's a rotation in the spine, but we're not losing up the effort in the back leg as well. So both feet pushing equally into the floor. Using the exhale to soften. So inhale, we're lengthening the body really long, powerfully through the limbs. And exhale, we're softening into that twist in the spine as we turn the chest up. Take another breath in. And exhale, push the feet into the floor, coming back up. We'll turn the foot that was parallel inwards, and we'll do that on the other side. So turning the other foot out, heel in line with the arch of the back foot. Make sure we've got quite a nice, long, wide stance between the feet. And then you're going to level out the pelvis to face the long end of the mat. Inhale, arms into the chest. Exhale, coming down. So bending into that front knee, but not losing the effort in the back leg. And feeling like the fingertips are being stretched apart from one another. Gazing past the front fingertips. And finding with the breath a sense of ease, a sense of dropping into the pose deeper. Without forcing, without tension, but just feeling the effort in the pose, but also the sense of ease. So always balancing effort and ease. And then on the next inhale, we're going to reach the arm forward as if you're grabbing hold of a rope. Place the elbow down, sweeping the other arm in front, folding open with the chest. Turning the ribcage up towards the ceiling. Feeling both feet pushing equally into the floor. Relaxing the shoulders. Excellent, guys, just a couple more breaths. Feeling on the inhale, we're finding this length, the arm reaching up, back foot pushing into the floor, and exhale, we're softening round, a little bit more into that rotation. And then we're going to push the feet into the floor, coming up, great. So turn the toes in, and if you're a little bit on the tight side, maybe have something in front to place the hands on, like a chair or a yoga block. Hands to the hips, we're gonna lift the chest on the inhale, really lift up, find that length through the whole front part of the torso, and on the exhale, we'll fold forward. So hinging at the hips, and you can place the hands on the floor if you can reach, or like I said, use some kind of support. Hinging forward so that you're getting a nice stretch into the legs, feeling a sense of length into the whole back body. We always want to make sure that the lower back is nice and long and lengthened, with any forward bends, any back bends, so that we're avoiding putting any pressure into the spine. Just another couple of breaths here. Really exhaling, releasing tension in the face, releasing tension in the jaw, the shoulders, dropping into the pose. And then bring the hands back to the hips, take a breath in, and exhale, push the feet to the floor, coming all the way up. Awesome. So let's scoot the feet in. Let's just have a balancing pose before we come down to the floor. So taking the weight over onto the right foot, we'll pop the left foot, maybe heel against the leg or foot against the calf, or if you want to do the full tree pose with the foot against the thigh, sort of the higher up version. There's no better or worse version. And then bringing the hands into prayer. You can always use the wall for support if you're new to this. Absolutely using the wall for balancing poses is fine. Finding that stability in the standing leg, finding a dristi, as they call it in yoga, a focus for the eyes. And if you want to, you can bring the hands above the head. Finding that steady, easy breath again. And then release. And we'll do the other side. So other foot into the floor, coming up into any variation of tree. So maybe heel against the leg, foot against the calf, or if you want to do the foot against the thigh, you can. Hands into prayer. Taking your time, finding your stability here into that standing leg. Finding a focus for the eyes. And always coming back to the breath, noticing what's happening for your breath. If the breath has become shorter and more kind of unbalanced, just slowing it down, coming back to that smooth rhythm. You can take the arms overhead if you wish. And then coming down with control. Great, God, time has just raced on today. And no wonder I teach 90-minute classes. Okay, so let's come down to the ground and have a quick twist before we finish. So we're going to lie down onto our back, pop the bum over to the left side mat, knees into the chest, and drop the knees over to the right. So coming into a supine twist. If you need any support underneath the knees, then do feel free to grab something, maybe turning the head in the other direction. And just starting to slow down a little bit. Allowing the breath to start to ease. Coming back to its natural rhythm. Twists are super beneficial for lots of things. Great boost for circulation. Also said they're very good for digestion. But all of the organs and tissues in the torso are getting a bit of a squeeze. So that when you release, the organs get flushed with fresh oxygen, fresh nutrients. And also they feel really nice and relaxing. Okay, so gently drawing the knees up, popping the feet on the floor, bum over to the other side, knees into the chest, and coming over to the other side. Gazing towards the right, you might get a satisfying click in the spine like I just did. Always making sure that you can really relax into a twist on the floor. We want to feel, if we need to support the knees, that you can grab any cushions to support the knees. To feel completely held, if the muscles, if the bones are supported, the muscles can really relax. This feeling of starting to sink down with gravity again, back to the floor. Letting go of any tension. drawing the knees up. Dropping the feet on the floor, and you might be happy just having the knees bent like we started, or if you want to extend the legs long, feel free to go for that. Arms by the side of the body, just scooching the shoulder blades down away from the ears one by one, and just settling into the ground, really just allowing for a moment of stillness at the end of the practice, so the body can absorb the benefits. So finding a comfortable position for yourself, and just settling into the ground, into stillness for a moment. Noticing where you might be gripping, fingers and thumbs, maybe in and around the jaw. This is quite a common area to be holding tension. Seeing if we can soften into this final pose, if we can soften around those areas of tightness, around the eyes, between the eyebrows. Finding space in the mouth, the tongue relaxed. The arms and legs completely heavy and grounded. And a feeling of letting go. So this is really important at the end of the practice. It's as important as anything we've done. It's taking time for yourself, for the nervous system to rebalance and settle. Becoming aware of the breath. This easy, effortless, smooth inhalation, absorbing fresh oxygen, and exhale, the smooth, uninterrupted breath out, letting go of what doesn't serve us. And when the mind wanders, just coming back to the breath. Noticing the inhale and exhale. Resting here in stillness for just another minute or so. So you're very welcome to stay here in relaxation if this is what you need right now. Otherwise, starting to lengthen the breath, breathing a little bit deeper. Maybe taking the arms overhead for a stretch, or just hugging the knees gently into the chest, rocking side to side. Coming over onto your side and pushing yourself up into a seated posture. Sitting up tall through the spine, shoulders relaxed. And bring the hands together into prayer at the centre of the chest as we gently bow the chin to the chest. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. That was a bit of a speedy class for me. I'm not used to teaching 30-minute classes, but I hope it gave you a little bit of a taster of what it's like to work with me in my classes. If you enjoyed that, do let me know. Pop a comment in the chat. I'd love to hear from you. Oh, my tripod is in the. Oh, what happened? Oh, I've moved it around. I don't know what happened. Oh, I'm back. Hello. Working with these technical issues at the moment. I sent my tripod off, so I'm waiting for the new one to come in the post. So any day now. But I hope you enjoyed that. Do let me know. Monica says thank you. Oh, you're so welcome, Monica. If you guys are interested in joining me, I teach weekly Yogalates classes every Thursday evening online, and a Sunday morning yoga class, and a Monday night meditation, which we've got later on, 8:30 till 9. And you can actually, I'm opening up this current term of classes to a new bunch of students if you want to join at a sort of discounted price. So I'm opening up for a 6-week block, and it's currently, it's priced at £57 for the 6 weeks. So you get, for less than £10 a week, you get like 4 hours of content with me, which is great. And it's all live content, so it's great to sort of keep accountable if that's something that you're struggling with at the moment, is actually getting the momentum to roll out the mat and actually do a bit of a practice. So if you want more information about that, DM me, message me, email me. Obviously, I'll pop the link in this video. So if you're watching the replay, just click the link. Obviously my website's yogalateslondon.com, and all the details about the online classes are there. I'm teaching private classes online as well as these sort of group classes. It's all via Zoom, which I'm loving at the moment. Oh, Joanna's here. So thank you, Beth. Just what I needed to right the wrongs of sitting at a desk all day. Oh, I'm so pleased. That's great. Mayuri says, thank you, Beth. Oh, you're welcome, lovely. It's been ages. We have to catch up. Rachel says, thank you, Beth. My first go at Yogalates. Oh, I hope you enjoyed it, Rachel. Ash is here. That's so cool. Hi, Ash. Excellent class. Thanks, Beth. Perfect for the end of the workday. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed. That's awesome. So buzz me if you've got any questions. If you want to join the 6-week block, it's going to start on the 21st of May, so that Thursday, and then it's going to run for 6 weeks up until the end of June. And then you can also drop in as well. So that's all of the drop-in links are on my web page as well. So if you want to come and try a class before committing to the 6 weeks, that's what I'd suggest to do. Anyway, I'll let you guys get on. Have a lovely Monday evening, and I will see you very soon. Oh, Mary says, thank you, Beth, from the north of Scotland. Oh, lovely. I hope the weather's nice up there, Mary. It's a bit, it's like been on and off today, but we've actually had some really nice sunshine at times. So I hope you did too. All right, take care, guys. Speak to you soon. Bye.